Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Reggie Jamerson and...
Your wife.
Yes, my wife, Ashley Jamerson. Oh, you wanted me to introduce you?
Yes, it's your video.
Cool. Let's go ahead and just get into this one. This one's buttery and juicy like a good old steak.
Buttery and juicy.
It is. This is exposing some myths, and I think this is a big myth that people just seem to miss a lot. And in hindsight, they go back and they want to fix it, but this is important. When you're buying a new construction house, or even existing house, but more importantly, a new construction house, this is why you need a really good, real realtor, somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, not just...
I like how you slid the really real realtor.
Why you like that?
In there. Because there's realtors, but they won't keep it real with you because in their mind, they're already counting that commission check. So they're not going to keep it real. They're not going to say, hey, this is a terrible lot, or you know, they'll just make you close on the deal. They'll just say they want to just get that under contract so they can disappear, basically. So
we're gonna hit a few points here, and I think the first thing we want to hit is the new construction myth. The new construction myth is that, well, it's a new home, it's not going to break. It's better than an existing home.
Right.
Is that true?
Theoretically, yes. I mean, that dude just now hit that thing. Still theoretically.
Yeah, he keeps hitting it.
Park his car.
Okay. No, not even in theory. I just learned today that theory is actually a collection of facts, but because I was anyway. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, in theory, you're right. Go ahead.
So, new homes do break, but the safety net is the warranties that are associated with it. But you know, HVAC units can break. You can get a leak. Window sills can break. You can have a plumbing leak in a house that's only a year old, and that's just across all builders because it's a man-made product. Things break. If you don't maintain it, it'll break a little bit quicker. But that's a huge myth.
Yeah, well, for sure. Like I've probably bought 2 new homes, and I can tell you guys what I see, what I've experienced personally, just for my personal homes. Not even
our house now.
Not even our clients, right? But it's like, as soon as you buy a house, give it about a month, you'll start seeing cracks. You'll start seeing things pop up. Obviously, you'll see nail pops.
Yes.
Right? Nail pops will bug people out, but that, to me, that's an expected thing. That's not as bad as, say,
the house settles.
That's not as bad as, say, a leak. Right? When you first move into a house, we're paying attention to everything. We don't want to see anything happening with our house. Right. So if we hear water dripping, if we hear anything going on, we're writing notes. No, I mean, we're writing notes and we're taking care of these things. But that goes to show that our house isn't even 2 months old from a bought standpoint, and we don't have leaks, but we already have things that are popping up that we're just taking pictures and saying, okay, we got to get this fixed. We had to get our heat fixed. Yeah,
that was 2-3 weeks in.
Yeah, within 2 weeks it stopped working. You know why it stopped working? Because all the dust from the construction clogged up the furnace, and then the furnace wouldn't run.
But
and it was really cold.
Warranty, they came like that.
They came immediately quick, and that was good. So there are good things with new construction, but there are things with new construction you really need to know about. Now this is stuff that goes in with a finished product, and making sure that finished product maintains its level of quality that you expect, right? Homes settle, that's gonna happen. That's a given. But things like, for example, doors falling off.
I haven't had that.
I've had it.
When the door fall off?
Yeah, like it just wouldn't fit. It wouldn't close, Oh. So then you have a situation like this, guys. When a house is built in the winter, right? I mean, your wood has been sitting out there all winter long, and you know, your house is complete around December, January. Come summertime, come springtime, you're gonna hear a lot of stuff. That's just part of wood expanding, and the door frames expanding, and things ain't gonna shut as flush as they did when it was colder.
But that's why they have that 1-year warranty, because that 1-year warranty, you want to keep note like what we're doing. Yeah. And then we'll call them and say, hey, come by and like fix this stuff before this warranty is up.
And with our clients, we always make sure that we tell them to document those things as they're going through it.
It's in my planner. Like it's in my digital, like right before you close, I like put in my calendar like 10 months before that 1 year to call my clients and say, hey, call the builder, make your list and get on their schedule, because 1 year and 1 day, it's void. They don't play with that.
And you can also, with an existing home, you can have an existing home that doesn't have any problems either. Now, there are things that we know about as realtors that we advise our clients against.
Like your parents' old water heater. That thing's been around for a long time, man.
Yeah, they didn't,
Like 20-year-old water heater?
Yeah.
That's a good water heater.
Yeah. So the thing about it is you can buy a new home that's also very well built and very well taken care of, and you won't have problems either. So there's not to say that a new home is necessarily better than an existing home. The only benefit with a new home is that a lot of this stuff is just covered the first year. Now, after you get out the first year,
Then you have your 2 year.
you have your 2 year, but a lot of the stuff that was you're saying, oh, that's coming off of the wall here, and this nail pop is right here. That stuff is too late, guys.
Yeah,
so that's the stuff that we're talking about as far as the cosmetic things that you see with those homes. Now let's get into the next big section of this, right? Isn't it important to have a good realtor when you're buying a new construction home?
Yes.
Isn't
and
it?
Let me tell you, there's so many reasons why you need a good realtor. The very first step of picking a lot, some people will look at the plot map or like the developer's plan, and they'll say, I want that house because it looks great. I want that lot because it looks great. Without walking it, maybe it's rainy, maybe they don't get their shoes messed up. Like I've seen realtors showing new construction in like high heels, and they're like, I'm not going to walk the lot. I'm like, okay. But you have to walk the lot because you need to know what is usable space. So I have a couple of videos up on my channel where I'm walking lots and comparing and contrasting the lots and pros and cons. And I find out that the high lot premium is not even worth it. So I've helped my clients save thousands of dollars by not going with the builder's idea of the best lot.
When she's talking about lot premium, she's talking about the cost that's added on to the base price of the house.
The advertised price.
The advertised price. So that's the price that you may see when you're driving by and it says, oh, these homes are available in the 300s, starting in the 300s, right?
Are there any houses in our neighborhood right now in 300s?
Let's do this. So we're gonna do a quick rundown real quick. I think you were gonna do a bigger video.
Yeah,
This
bigger
was
video.
coming real quick. You're approved to buy a house. Say you're approved to buy 350 house. Right. Okay. You see a neighborhood, nice houses. You like them. They start in the 300s.
Low 300s. Let's put low.
Yeah, low 300s because they always say low 300s, right? So we'll say they have a base model that starts at 310, right?
The base model is usually the ranch or the smallest floor plan. So yeah, the smallest option is their starting at price.
And the lot premium, you want a certain lot. Now let's say we're in a world where you can actually pick good lots because now it's so tight, it's hard to do that.
You're picking the best of the litter.
Let's say the builder knows what you're approved for. You've got your letter, right? All you can really afford is to go with the base model house in whatever lot that you can fit in for about 30 to 40.
Well, there's like four things that go into the actual purchase price when you get new construction.
Yeah.
The base price of the model that you select, the elevation, which is like how it looks from the front, and they usually have like 4 or 5 options. So that base price is option 1, which is like no brick, no stone, no shaker, no accents, just
usually the bare minimum for that neighborhood.
So if you want a big porch, that's out.
Yeah.
So plus the elevation, plus the interior selections, like the design selections, plus the lot premium, and structural. So it's 5 things.
Yeah.
So structural, like if you wanted to extend the back patio, if you wanted like a gourmet kitchen, a deluxe master bathroom, Jack and Jill closets, anything, it just adds up. So
You okay?
no COVID, I got you.
No COVID, I know.
So that mid 300, even the ranch, there's an option of adding a half story. So it just goes on and on and on. And so I don't, when I show new construction, I don't meet my clients at the model. Like I try not to. I try to call ahead and say, hey, can I see this plan? How much is this plan? So we can visually see what you get. And I also ask for a list of what's included in the base, because you got to know. But then this goes why you need a realtor. Realtors will just show up at the model and be oohing and ahhing right beside of you,
guys.
And you're like, what the heck is going on?
If you have a realtor Now, for one, you need a realtor because I'm going to tell you, the builders don't necessarily care about you. They're looking out for their best interest.
They work for the builder.
They work for the builder. The on-site person works for the builder. They are not looking out for you like you necessarily want them
or you believe
to, like,
they are.
like you believe, like you're being sold like they are. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that goes, yeah, you can walk in there. Your realtor doesn't know anything about lot premiums. Never really dealt with that. Never really built new homes. Doesn't know about setbacks.
Easements.
The problem there is going to be that you've got somebody who you believe in as an expert, but isn't able to help you navigate through this thing.
Or ask questions that you don't know to ask.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing. Like, I have a client right now who, they don't live here. They called me, and the builder's rep showed them this lot and showed them everything great about this lot.
Yes.
And I went there yesterday, and I was like, did you see this in their video and pictures? And they didn't. The builder just sort of turned their back to all the bad stuff. And I was like, no, you're buying a $400,000 house. You need to see this. Especially since you're not here. Like, you need your eyes and ears to be active in the situation. But that builder, they'll just sugarcoat everything. Like, oh, look at the pretty view. I'm like, yeah, if you want to tumble down the hill.
Guys, listen, when you're buying a new house in a new neighborhood, it's a big deal. And there are so many steps along the way where things can go wrong. And if they're not caught in the beginning, you're talking about
delays.
Major delays.
Yes.
Major delays.
I caught a couple.
Yeah.
But let's see, the first delay that I dealt with just today was a saggy floor. And you know, we called it enough time where we can still keep our March closing date, but I'm literally staying on top of them for like the past 4 or 5 days. Just, this is the problem. This is how we want to fix. Are you fixing it that way? When will it be fixed? Can we get our own contractor out here to look at it? So that's one issue. But last night while I was cooking dinner, another client called me. The builder, in haste, started framing the house. And we were supposed to have a pre-construction meeting just to go over everything, fine-tooth comb. I got a phone call like, hey, they're framing our house. And they sent me pictures. And lo and behold, there is a fireplace frame. And I know what a fireplace frame looks like. It's very obvious. They didn't order a fireplace. And the fireplace was in a bedroom, not even in the living room area. So they started framing the house wrong. And when I went there, so that was last night. Today when I got there around 10 a.m., they were already working on the second floor.
So let me ask you guys this question, simple question, right? You're buying a home, you don't have representation because you just walked in and said, yeah, I want to buy this house, right? You didn't contact Ashley, you didn't contact me, Reggie. And now you're in a situation where they're building a fireplace in the house that you bought that doesn't have a fireplace. And they're telling you, hey, everything looks great. This is cool. That's
literally what he said. He was like, oh, darling me. And I was like, no, pull up the plans. And there's no fireplace.
No, and in all seriousness, right? I just want to make sure we drive this point home, right? Your client, I mean, you would have caught it anyway, but your client happened to go that day to see that because the builder was doing something faster than they told anybody.
The last time I checked,
and that's been happening. Builders have just been trying to get things out as fast as they can and things like that.
Because of all the delays with the weather,
correct,
material delays,
changing closing dates without communicating to anybody and things like that. Yeah, that's me. That's my client right now. But in all seriousness, we're in a situation where they could be building the wrong house, and they may have to tear that back down.
We had to go through all the orders this morning to make sure that they're actually building on a Grisham.
Yeah.
Because they're already framing. And people are like, oh, they can just knock the wood down. No big deal. Well, the house is built on a slab. Those slabs have footings. Those footings are there for a reason to hold this specific type of house on this specific piece of land. And you can't just knock down Durham frame and put Grisham frame on top of it. Plus, all of the water and the electrical stuff is already pulled through the mono slab.
Yeah.
So this could have been like a huge nightmare. Thank goodness it's just a big framing error and it's not a Grisham plot or slab.
When you're building a house in these neighborhoods, it's not too different than building a custom house on a different lot. The reason why it's better is only because they have things that are already done. They've got their permits done. They've been working with the developer. Everything is zoned. It's good to go, right? So you've got existing certain amenities that are running to it, preparing for tap in. So certain things are prepped and ready for you, right? That's really the big difference between a custom home where you're buying a lot from scratch and you're developing
like
it.
my clients right there are closing tomorrow on just dirt.
But once you get to building, it is building. And that is the key, because little mistakes here that get built upon end up not being right.
Yeah, because if you framed a fireplace in the wrong room or missed a whole bathroom,
or if you improperly you put a furnace in the wrong place, right?
That was our house.
Furnace in the wrong place.
That cost us 3 weeks.
You can incorrectly slope certain things, right? Where it's just unsafe, right? The builder has contractors, and then they contract out their contractors, right? And there's people in and out of there all the time, and they're on a timeline to get something done, and they'll get it done. And
you need that realtor to push back when things are wrong.
Exactly.
So like in our situation, our model has a mechanical room, but every model that we've seen of our house, the mechanical is not in the mechanical room. So we noticed that because we walked other complete homes and looked at the model, like the floor plans and stuff, and we told them we want our mechanical in our mechanical. So when they installed our mechanical in the wrong place, Reggie was the lead on our house, and we were able, that's not ours. Okay. Reggie was the lead, and he gave a ton of pushback and disregarding the time element. Like, we knew it would cost us time, but we wanted it to be right. And that's what your realtor is supposed to do. Educate you on how much time it's going to cost and why it needs to be done correctly, but getting it done. Even something as simple as like window grids. Remove them. That's not part of the picture. That's not part of that, elevation that my clients paid for. Give them the correct windows. It's easy.
Yeah.
So yes, that was one thing. What else is on your list?
So, I mean, we could talk about this for a long time, but we don't have as much time. I think we probably should go ahead and hit the last point really quick.
Yeah.
Let me see what that last point was. The last point is actually not too far off. It's the myth that you can do it yourself. Now, some people can.
There's lots of people that do close on homes and don't have.
But there's a lot of people who buy a home themselves and miss things and say, well, this isn't right, this is wrong, this is missing. For one, the biggest thing, if you're from out of state and you're buying a new construction, you absolutely need to have somebody like us on your team helping you buy that house.
Because I really try to be there like every 7 to 10 days after it rains, after big weather events and stuff that we have here locally. I really try to keep an eye on it, but like you briefly mentioned earlier, the builders are not going to update you the way that your realtor will, and then they won't include your realtor in all communications. So it has to be like almost a team effort. If it's not, then the whole thing can.
So it's hard to do it yourself if you're not familiar with building houses. Nobody expects buyers to be experts, and that's why people like realtors like us exist, right? And again, you don't want to. You want somebody who has a proven track record, and YouTube is like a resume. You want people who actually can show you that they know what they're talking about.
Not just be glorified door openers.
Not be glorified door openers.
Like I guess you can test them.
Don't not lying about or.
Honey, no, I'm just what we're.
No, wait, hold on. Let me say this. What I'm saying is this: you want to make sure that the person that you hire to work for you is actually a professional and eligible to work for you. Okay, you don't need a glorified door opener. You need somebody who is going to fight on your behalf and make sure that you get the best possible situation and the best deal possible.
Like, look for red flags.
Yes.
Like your realtor, if your realtor is helping you build new construction, they should know more about the process than you. Like when it comes to timeline,
that's great.
When it comes to base price versus complete price, they should at least research before the meeting and know more about the product that they are presenting you on. Because there's so many people out there that contact me after they're under contract and say, hey, does this sound right? Like, do I get my deposit back? Like questions and situations that they should be asking their agent about, and they don't know.
And you guys, you have to make sure that's important right there, actually. So if you do not contact me or Ashley before
You're under contract.
are under contract, what's going to happen is we are going to get written out of the deal. Essentially,
we can't help you.
We cannot help you.
And it's not because we don't get paid. That's one reason we won't get paid. But the second reason is legally we can't help you.
Yeah.
Unless you were to hire us and then you pay our commission and actually hire us. But we can't just step in like that. Like, and I'm really cautious if I wouldn't want to step in because I don't know what was all the discussions before I got there. I don't know how the contract went into place. I mean, I can look through the documents, I can read through your selections and stuff, but that's risky for me to get involved after the contract. Like,
I know we hit you guys with a lot of facts here. We're doing this video while our kids are at their learning center right now.
Yeah.
But I think this was an informative video. And it needed to be told. It's hard facts. And I think people come here for the truth.
Yes.
Not to be lied to.
Estate with the
Yeah,
Jamerson.
guys, we want to help you. So if you're looking to buy a home in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina, please contact Ashley or myself. Her number is at the description in her video, and my number is in the description of my videos, and also our contact information on our websites and everything like that.
We can literally say Google me.
Leave us your comments and let us know what neighborhoods in Charlotte would you guys be interested in learning more about.
That's a good idea.
That'd be really cool to hear from you guys. What builders are you curious about? You know, we can definitely tell you. We've built with just about everybody in Charlotte. So just go ahead and let us know, what do you want to know more about? Give us some feedback. We want to know that. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.